Hey everybody, welcome back. This is a video for the HSTV-L tank, going over multi-base. It's got 3 matches in here. I have the masking probe. After this match too, you're going to see, I'll go into my agent skills and what gear I have selected for this tank. And you can see everything that I'm using to get the results that I'm getting. So here we are at our first base. First thing you want to do is load that, land that tracking probe. So you can see them throwing some smoke out here, checking on thermals. That's a real key thing. They can't see me. You're going to see a lot of times in this episodes that my tank is masked completely. I don't understand the numbers behind it, but the enemy is unable to see me, and I've just sat there sometimes. So right here, I'm just keeping them occupied. I have a couple friendlies coming in, but I'm masked, so between that and the smoke, trying to just stay so I'm not hidden. You can see one of these drones from the Leopard sniper is just, yeah, they ignore, you can tell. So really what you want to do is get into these bases, occupy them, and take them over. This is a 3-base configuration. I have 2 of those, and then another one with 4 or 5, I think it is. A, B, and C right now. So you can see by the indicators over there that C is blue, that's ours. B is yellow, that means it's in two different factions are sitting on that, but now it's blue. And then blue highlighted, not solid, means that we are currently trying to take it over. So my team being blue, you're always blue if you're on the team that you're playing on, and orange and red are the enemy team. So that's the whole objective here, is to try and get these bases and take them over. And the longer you own the base, the more tick count you get up to. The first team to 2,000 wins. So in my opinion, you really want to try and maintain focus on 2 bases. You try to do 3, you're going to overstretch it. This is from a non-communication style too. I don't communicate with anybody. I'm not in any parties or anything like that. That being said, Twisted Cerebrum's my name. I now switched over to PC from Xbox, so we can link up there, communicate with me on my YouTube channel, and we can start playing together, find some times and stuff. I'd really start enjoying that, and we'll see where that goes from there. So here we are. This masking probe is pretty much the center of this build. Besides the other thing that is the low noise, you'll see that after this match. It just helps you, not to be detected. Shots fired, when you get fired upon, you see the red indicator that tells you what direction. There's a 25% chance, or it's even higher than that nobody will see what your shot direction is coming from. So with the HSTV-L, again, you're not a heavy, you're not even really, even though it's an assault class, you can't really take much punishment. You just always got to be on the move. Use the probes. So I use the probes at every base. You can see I throw one right down there. That is to show the thermal indication of any enemies or anything around. There's the ultimate out there, the EMP blast plus damage. I love that. It is the most inaccurate thing. I have a tracing thing that somebody is driving an HSTV-L on another map, and it goes wonkers on it. The thing's just so inconsistent. You can hit a little pebble and it goes off, but when it does land, it's a pretty devastating ultimate. So I really like that. Yeah, so we switch back to thermals. That's when you have that smoke out, you can't see anything. Thermals will give you a really nice indication of where tanks. You can tell that's a little drone tank right there. He's not doing anything. Or was he? I don't really know. He didn't take a shot. I didn't think the drone fired like that. So yeah, he was a player. Didn't see me my noise. It's just incredible that I walk around sometimes being undetected, So that bomb is coming down. They'll use that to clear out the bases. That's what this is about. So that's how they'll erase a base for everybody inside of it. When the timer goes off, you will be destroyed. So just trying to secure this, get the most ticks that we can. Ticks give you points. The longer you have a base, the more ticks you get. I blow it up there. So now we're heading to C. C's a tough one, got a lot of high ground and stuff, you can see. So I'm on the outskirts. I love this gun, the autoloader. I haven't gotten up to it. I'm going to try and get to the this tank and upgrade to an HE shell, which I really think might be good too. Without the autoloader, single round. When I get to it, I'll make a video about that. Change that. This is just all about the masking probe and the low noise radio. You know, and some other reloads. You know, you get the booster reload and stuff like that. On the mouse keyboard setup on PC, you can hit the X to force a reload. Since I'm now in the PC genre again, it's been some years and coming back. So now I'm defending this base right now. I got my probe out. You can see I'm masked, not even looking at me. Waiting for a big reload on my auto reloader here, and I'm going to start pop shotting on this guy. So here we are. You know, they can see me when I'm moving. I understand that. I'm not invisible or anything like that. But for some reason, people just don't shoot at this setup, which enables me a lot of freedom to, you know, do some counterinsurgents and stuff and flanking. And now you see the yellow indicator that means that, you know, this base is contested. So now if you look at the indicator right underneath the mini radar there, A, B, and C. A is trying to be taken over. Somebody's working on capturing it. Just lost B. So here we are, roll up on this guy here. He's got his fuel tank exposed to me. This HSTV-L can dish out, you know, some power. So I'm laying my probe down because I want to just secure this base, capture it. It's really about rinse and repeat on this types of bases and stuff. I want to hide, do things like that, come into it. Here's another ultimate thing. These go off really good. I take my time with them and stuff, but it rolls because it's a ball, so it's rolling away from them. I just don't like that, so it's tough. You really got to plan ahead when you're using this ultimate. And we can see these guys all concentrate on the other bigger tanks, which is great. I did get shot at there. Now you can see that red light there. He was arming up his ultimate, so that's from Kent, and that will be the Hellfires. And you don't want to be around if that thing goes off, because that's dropping a hammer. You go back.
Proper crew makes all the
The AOS 27 sensor lets us chuck that recon probe nearly 60 meters out. The masking utility is huge. It instantly drops your marker, unspots you, and shields nearby allies when you need to slip out of the bad angle. We are pumping up the XM1230 grenades to maximize the MK19 auto turret splash. That 54% damage bump turns your secondary deterrent into a serious threat against anyone trying to push your position. With the LAWAS stabilizer equipped, you can keep pushing and weaving at full speed without your reticle blooming out completely. It lets you snap off shots on the move much more reliably when you're circle strafing heavier targets. The HTC 1427 torque converter gives us that extra snappy hull traverse. Dropping lateral friction just enough lets the HECO whip around corners and not lose any of its hard-earned speed. Running the RT521P radio is a game changer for stealth. Not only do we get thermal vision to pick out targets through clutter, but cutting that moving noise data by nearly a quarter keeps us much harder to light up while flexing across the map. Finally, the BFT-412 fuel tank gives us that extra breathing room on boost mode. Having a bigger energy pool and faster regen means you can squeeze out that extra burst of escape speed when the flank goes sideways. Running Spellblade gives us that baseline 25% boost to energy capacity. It ensures we aren't wasting energy gains during long, extended engagements and lets us bank resources for crucial moments. Deja Vu is a massive synergy pick for high mobility playstyle. Doubling track HP and cutting slow resistance by half while drifting means we can abuse momentum around tight turns without getting punished or permanently detracked. With gas equipped, every second spent on a boost actively feeds our ultimate meter. It turns simple repositioning and flanking runs into resource generation. Paralyzing Quickening rounds out the build by expanding our EMP footprint by 20%. while shielding us from half the self-inflicted blast damage. It lets us drop close-range area denial without blowing ourselves up in the process. Alright, back into this action now. Here's match number 2. This is on Eden, one of my favorite maps. I love the desert running. I always shoot for the middle here. This is another 3-base combo. Taking over B. I get to throw that probe out. I like this because in these greenhouses I can hide my probes all in the grass and stuff in the trees. So, you know, people don't even drive over these probes when in the middle of my game. And now look at that heat signature right there. So throwing up some smoke in case they burn around and stuff. But my team's right up behind me to back me up. We took over. I had to backpedal a little because I'm fragile. So I knew it would be a contested thing as far as the base. So just trying to, you know, use my head to not try and stay in a fight. I'm not the M1E1. I'm not here to hold the front line, you know. So speaking of that, here comes my buddy to help me out there and take some of the heavy lifting off of me. I'm just hiding, trying to bide my time. Look at these guys all over here. I wish my ultimate was ready at this time. But this autoloader, it really pens. I do a lot of damage with it and stuff. Earlier on, I used to do a lot of running and gunning with my HSTV-L. You could do that too, but I prefer to try and be more strategic and, you know, do my stick and move pattern and stuff, and a little smarter about my gameplay and stuff. And when I used to run and gun, I get myself in a lot of trouble. And I really like that. These AMXs I find tear up with the autoloader. They got no armor front, back, or anything like that. You just don't want to be in the way of their big cannon. That guy hit the pole. There we go. Back to waiting on reload now, you know. And you can see my teammates' mass, you know. So it's a huge advantage, huge win-win on this. We're just doing it there, throwing my ultimate down, trying to get a big chunk of change. But one got blown up, but we ended up picking off another one, so it worked out for the best. Now we look at the map indicator there. You got A, B, and C. A is controlled by the enemy, B is being there. We just got rid of all the enemies, so now it's becoming ours, and we've captured it. So now I move on, even though that's there. I want to try and spread the love out. So here we are trying to take over C. We come out of the tunnel. So I'm planting a probe up there so it masks me. Now they can't see me. At least see the outline of my tank. You got my grenade auto gun, auto turret going. I love that thing. I have it geared up for DPS. Try and get the maximum out there. That guy went and took out the mine. I don't go down in that tunnel. It's a death trap for me. Here we are. Some placement. Really getting good on that. Beats cruise past. But not looking at me. Not sure why not. I haven't figured out the mechanics behind that. But this build has enabled me to really not be a threat. Or not be sought after, you know. And the extended range on that probe, I love it because you saw back there, I was able to throw that right up over and get it into my allies so I can make sure that they're masked too. So really that's what the probe's all about. And it's very effective. I have the highest win percentage playing this tank in this mode just because I play that way and I ensure that my team does the best. But my KD isn't too bad on this either. I know they just included the top 100. So you can see your stats and stuff on the main screen, which is cool. But I think a lot of people get fixated on their KD and stuff when, I mean, that's just the dopamine hit getting to you. I like it, everybody likes it, but I like to win. I like to get my winning percentage up there too. And that's climbing up there. I think I'm at like 6.5 or 65% or something like that winning. I'd have to take a screenshot of that one day, show my stats. So here we are coming back to A, throwing a probe down. Man, I just got the side angle on this guy. He's so fixated on whatever target's in front of him. He doesn't know he's getting shredded up from the side. So here they come. The indicator over B. They're dropping the big aerial bomb. That is map generated, not any team generated bomb to clear it out and reset. We try to shift the sides of the gameplay and stuff like that. Get a little sniping action here. Got a little bit of everything. We've secured that base. Now I got to move on to another one. I'm going to go back to B. So it's usually my strat. It's a float between 2 different bases. If I try to do 3, I feel like I overextend myself, and I start hurting, the team, because I'm not doing my job as a scout to keep track of the enemies and stuff like that. If you control 2 bases steadily, your points will climb up past theirs. If you can do 3 for a while, that's great. It's tough. This is a 10v10. Sometimes it's a 5v5. But for the most part, I think the bases are 10v10. Just because you have so many different spots. The match following this one, I'm going to do that review on this too. It's all in this footage. It has the 5 base in it too. So that's a little bit different. You find yourself running base to bases. And from my experience too, just so everybody knows, capturing base is one of the most experienced grabbing that you can get. You get a lot of points for taking over bases. I can show up on the leaderboards just for taking over multiple bases. Besides damage. Damage is your other one. And I'm going to float back to A. That was an intense rocket. Went right down the pipe. That's the Leo, what is it, 2K. That thing can put some damage out. I know it's top of the leaderboards and stuff. I'm no good with it, but people dominate. And I always see myself on the wrong end of that missile firing stick. So, waiting for this tank to show a little bit. There we go. I just always find when I leave with my probes and I get my team masked, they do just as good as I do. We conquered A. We're just shifting back and forth. Points have been going back and forth on this match here, so we're down. We're gonna dig ahead here. Just keep that 2 base throttle going. Switch to thermals. It's a little cluttery. I can't see everything, and thermals gives me a clearer picture. There we go. Another nice roll. I've had some really good EMP ultimate placements here. This tank, that's proof right there. You guys throw in the comments if you've experienced that with this. If you're using this build or using the noise reducer, that tanks just roll right by you. I've since changed the color pattern for my tank to make it that it's dark, so to me it looks like a wreckage. So I try to use that to be sneaky. If I sit real still, sometimes I think, since they don't get the silhouette of my tank and just see me there, they think I'm a wreck. I don't know. I'll figure it out one day. But I love this build. I'll get the new engine build. I'm working on that and stuff. It's a grind. There it is. Those ammo racks. That's where you want to shoot. Besides the fuel things, ammo racks, right? Usually up in all turrets except for I think the OBJ 287. That ammo rack is in the flat deck part because he doesn't have much of a turret there. I'm just trying to be as skinny as I can, hide behind these little obstacles and stuff. And there we are, victory for that match. You can always go back to them stats too. I have them listed in time zones on the description and stuff. So if you want to go back, check anything out with the gears, matches, I put all that mapping for the chapters in the description. So this map, this is the 5 base map. So we're already off to a start here. We got 2 bases to their 1. A is contested. C is being taken over by the enemy. Smokes are out. AMX, they don't get track or slowed resistance. They're really resistant to it. And my little auto grenade launcher does the slow, so it doesn't really affect them. But here we are, come around, flank. Really, guys, in this game, you really can't sit still unless you're a Leo on a hilltop or something. You're in this base thing. You need to be moving. Lesson learned for everybody that you sit still. There's someone going to pull in up outside of you or something like that. And you never know what's going to hit you. We're already taking an early lead here. We just got the 2 bases to their 1. C is being taken over. E is contested right now. And so far I've just been hovering at A. I don't really move from a base if it's not secure. There's a guy on my rear, and I got ramming damage there. Now we'll do a little quick E's taken, so again I go back to A because it's the hot spot for me right now. You can see most of them are engaging on that. You can throw these probes out over obstacles as long as you get the yellow arrow on top. There's a cool little battle. We're going to come up on this guy here. This is the 183 Rite of Martyr, so he's weak on armor all his sides. His cousin's a little bit tougher there. I get lucky here with some shots and he backs up. I was just able to pull around him. Now right here I should auto reload. I don't. It's just another tip. You want to always be reloading. But I'm getting good with that EMP ultimate placement. Find most times if you're running and gunning and you throw that thing out, it hits a pebble and it takes off and usually either back goes into your face. That's what my 4th agent skill does for me because it cuts down the percentage of me getting hurt by my own EMP gun. So we're capturing A again.
Base captain. Good stuff.
Keeping my probes up. AMX is just too fragile to be in a gunfight with too many. Now I try and flank them, come around the backside, but they ended up getting taken out. But I find this guy. Hey!
Sorry, that's expensive.
There we go. I get him down to a little bit. I didn't have enough room to ram him. I'm like, no, I gotta reload. How do you get more health? Well, somebody else got him, but I did do the damage.
Behind us.
And just taking on too much there. I was behind enemy lines with that flank and didn't get out fast enough. You really got a timer on that, you know.
Sisu time.
There we go. Yeah, they're just tearing it up.
Accelerate.
Again, you notice this whole match, I haven't left A, you know, but I keep up on the bases and stuff, and we're dominating at this point. They can't seem to grab any ground on us. They've just focused all their effort on A. I think that was what got them. And when they put all that effort into it, you leave them other bases. I mean, they do have a 50-50 right now, 2 base, 2 base. But the time is just ticking up evenly, and we have such a huge head start. Smoke it up with my escape plan. You see that missile went wide.
You've been pulled. Sisu time.
Pinged off that guy there. Would have had such a good one, but it worked out in my favor.
Destroyed.
But I get hung up with that 60 right there. Now I just try to get out of here, but I think I skip around this corner here. My tracks are damaged, I got no health, but somehow I make it out. Use my speed, look behind me, I can see that dude's chasing me. Smoke it up, that's my friendly, and look, I survived on that little bit of health for a little bit of time, but there they got me. I like to take that time. It's a good victory. Everybody, thanks for watching.